give a warm round of applause for Zane Tracy.
Give it up for Mimi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. Please bear with me as I try to enunciate. I bit my tongue very hard the other day, which is an awful feeling. It's all swollen up. But you know what's amazing? It's actually amazing that you don't bite your tongue all the time. Because it just spends all its time moving around in your mouth, right? I don't know about you, but when things are in my mouth, I tend to bite them out of instinct. Think about it this way, okay? It's 2017, Elon Musk is trying to take us to Mars, and we still don't know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. So, what I want to talk to you guys about is my childhood. And first I have to get something out of the way. A lot of you guys probably don't know this about me. But when I was growing up, I was raised in the middle of Ohio. Thank you. And for religious reasons, I was homeschooled, baby! I was homeschooled for religious reasons. You ever call your teacher mom by accident? I did that shit on purpose. Because my mom was my teacher. I'm sorry. This stuff can be embarrassing to talk about, so I tend to overcompensate by acting really cool. I'll just leave this over here. I was homeschooled. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of movies and TV, you know, anything PG is kind of on the edge. I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter. I'm okay. Sometimes Harry Potter fans are like, how did you learn to love? I figured it. And the reason I don't want to talk about this is because Halloween's coming up and we weren't allowed to celebrate Halloween. Because it's like evil, you know? I can remember debates about that between my mom and my dad, because my dad actually really liked Halloween, okay? You see, my mom was the religious homeschooling one, right? My dad, he loved Jesus, sure. But he also loved rock and roll. The devil's music. And he loved beer. The devil's brew. And he loved deviled eggs. The devil's eggs. That's right, the devil's eggs. I can remember my mom and my dad debating about Halloween, and my mom dropped this logic bomb on my dad. She goes, what if the kids are trick-or-treating and they get a piece of candy that says, I am poison on the wrapper? What? What if the wrapper says, I am poison? It's such a, I swear she really said that. It's such a nonsensical, like, if I was my dad, I would have been like, I don't know, what if the rapper says, I'm not poison? That seems equally as concerning and unlikely. So one year, eventually my dad actually won out. We got to celebrate Halloween. First time I was like 8, okay? I was very excited. We got to celebrate Halloween, but, compromise, we didn't call it Halloween. We called it Hospitality Day. Guys, I promise that if I was making any of this up, it would make more sense. We called it Hospitality Day, and we didn't get to trick or treat, but we did get to dress up and hand out candy on our porch. But we didn't hand out candy, we handed out Jesus pamphlets. That's the correct reaction. A Jesus pamphlet is a pamphlet about Jesus, but if you've ever seen one, it's also weirdly, specifically, almost always a weird comic strip where a kid in a varsity jacket is like, I'm going to the sin party. And then he has a bad time, and it's like, come to Jesus. A sin party is a party where you dance and do drugs and you eat deviled eggs! Come on! Deviled eggs! Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about these deviled eggs! And my aunt would put the paprika on them? Come on! No wonder my dad was such a Satanist. Those deviled eggs. So it's our first hospitality day. And my costume was what we in the business call a doozy. Now, I've had my fair share of costumes I wore as a kid that I am retroactively embarrassed about. One later year, I went as a character from Code Lyoko. Code Lyoko was a French anime that nobody watched except for me and that guy. Did I say I went as a character? I meant I went as a version of myself that I wrote into fan fiction of the show. Cool. This costume, the first year of hospitality day, was just as bad, but in a different way, because I went as a three-legged man. Yeah, I know. But I didn't know at the time, because I was an 8-year-old homeschooled kid. You know what I mean? I had the least dirty mind in the world. I just thought it was funny, okay? How did the idea get past my mom? Well, let me tell you a different story. A couple of years ago, my brother came up to my mom at the mall, and he said, Mom, I know you're not going to like this, but I want to get this hat. And it was a snapback with marijuana leaves on it. My brother's very cool. And my mom looks at it, tries it on in the mirror, and says, oh, you should get the white one because you can see the palm trees better. And he did. We all have our blind spots, is what I'm trying to say. Now, how did the three-legged man idea get past my dad? I think he knew. I think he just thought it was funny, maybe a little bit of revenge there, because we didn't get to trick or treat. Because he helped me make the costume, and it was about as bad as it could be, right? Because I was in a trench coat. I am 8 years old, and we have a pant leg, boom, right down the middle, okay? And it has a shoe on the end, and it is stuffed with newspaper and coat hanger, so it is stiff and straight and thick, you know? And the worst part is that it was a little bit longer than my actual legs, so that when I was standing, it would rest in front of me. And then to walk, I had to step over it and then swing it underneath me. Happy hospitality day! What I'm trying to say is that we were, bar none, the worst house on the block. Because the kids walked away with religious literature instead of candy, and the parents walked away going, these hypocrites are being so preachy while they got their weird kid swinging his big dick around. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much.